If you are planning a bathroom renovation, stop right now. These 3 tiles will absolutely destroy your project. I'm Blake, built by Becker, and I've been in the construction and design world for over 20 years. And I've seen the same tile mistakes destroy otherwise beautiful bathrooms. The real problem? Everyone's picking tiles based off of Instagram instead of real life. Today, I'm exposing 3 tiles that look great in photos but age terribly. I'll show you designer-approved alternatives that actually work in real bathrooms. Let's jump in. First, smash that subscribe button if you want more honest renovation advice that'll save you money and headaches. And as always, all the info and the inspiration is in the description below. Don't forget to check out our website. All right, let's get something straight. Social media has created this cycle where certain styles go viral. Everybody rushes to install them, and then 2 years later, people are dealing with problems that could have been completely avoided. The issue isn't that these tiles are necessarily bad. To be honest, they're pretty decent. The problem is that they're being used in the wrong context. What works for a staged photo shoot, a powder bathroom that gets used twice a week, doesn't work for a main bathroom that sees daily showers, kids, and real life. I'm seeing 2 major problems with trend-driven tile choices. First, maintenance headaches. Some tiles that look stunning initially become impossible to keep clean or show every little imperfection. Second, short-lived aesthetics. Tiles that feel cutting edge can look dated in a few years. And since people aren't retiling their bathroom every decade, you want something that's gonna last a little longer. So let me break down the 3 tiles I'm seeing everywhere right now that are going to cause problems down the road. The first one, matte black tiles. Now don't get me wrong, I love a good black tile. The problem is when making the choice, matte black specifically, it looks so sleek and dramatic in photos. But here's what happens in real life. Matte black tiles show absolutely everything. Every water spot becomes visible, soap residue creates these cloudy patches, and they can even be difficult to remove. Hair products leave streaks, and if you're in an area with hard water, forget about it. Those mineral deposits show up like chalk on a blackboard. But the real killer is durability. Small scratches and chips are incredibly visible on matte black surfaces. Drop a shampoo bottle, you might see that mark forever. The contrast is just too stark. It's honestly too frustrating when people install these tiles thinking that they'll be low maintenance because black hides dirt and everything, right? Wrong. Matte black in a wet environment is actually one of the highest maintenance surfaces you can choose. The second problem tile is ultra tiny mosaics. I'm talking about penny rounds, micro hexagons, tiny square mosaics, anything where you'll end up with tons and tons of grout lines. These look luxurious in photos, and I get the appeal. There's something satisfying looking at all those perfect little shapes. But think about the math for a second. Standard 12 by 12 inch area with a 1-inch tile has 144 tiles, and that's about 24 feet of grout line. The same with half-inch penny rounds, you're looking at nearly 600 individual tiles and over 60 feet of grout lines. Every single one of those tiny grout lines is a place for soap scum, mold, mildew, and because the lines are so close together, it's almost impossible to clean them properly. You'd need a toothbrush in about 3 hours every week to keep them looking decent. The visual effect is another issue. In small bathrooms, which is most bathrooms, all those tiny repeated patterns can feel overwhelming and actually make the space look smaller. Your eye doesn't know where to rest, so everything feels busy and chaotic. The third tile I'm seeing causing major problems, high gloss glass tiles. They create this beautiful spa-like reflection and make spaces feel bigger and brighter. The theory is solid. More light reflection equals more spacious feeling. But here's where theory meets reality. High gloss glass tiles in a shower are slippery when wet. I know, sounds obvious, but people don't think about it till someone's sliding around trying not to fall while washing their back. There's also incredibly prone to scratches and chips. Glass might seem durable, but when you're dealing with metal fixtures, drop bottles, and daily wear and tear, those perfect glossy surfaces start showing damage quickly. And then there's the fingerprint situation. Every single touch shows up. Kids' handprints, water spots, soap residue, it all becomes magnified because the surface is so reflective. You end up spending more time cleaning your tiles than enjoying your bathroom. The reflection can actually work against you. Instead of hiding imperfections like a matte surface would, high gloss tiles highlight every tiny little flaw in your installation, every site variation in the wall, and every imperfect grout line. Okay, enough with the problems. Let's get into what really matters. What are the alternatives that can actually work in your bathroom? But first, a quick word from our sponsor. 16 million colors of smart lighting, whisper quiet operation, and powerful ventilation that actually works. You can control it with your voice, sync it to music, or just enjoy lighting that makes you look good.
Here you see the old exhaust fan.
After removing the old unit and make sure there's room for the electric and the HVAC.
Simple installation with just 4 easy screws.
The cover goes right up.
The Lumary exhaust fan is finished and installed. So many different colors and so many different options.
This smart exhaust fan dances at night.
The colors and the fan options are perfect in this newly remodeled bathroom that Built by Becker just finished.
This is Built by Becker approved, and you can click the link in the description and order one of these directly right here from our page.
Instead of matte black tiles, try textured porcelain with subtle movement. You get that sophisticated, dramatic look without the maintenance nightmare. Look for tiles that have natural variation in the surface, maybe a stone texture or a subtle color variation. These textures hide water spots and minor imperfections while still giving you that high-end aesthetic. Think charcoal gray with texture rather than flat matte black. You get depth, character, but the site variation in the surface means that every little mark doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. For people drawn to those tiny mosaics, here's a better option. Just go for large format stone look tiles that will give you those beautiful natural patterns and textures that you love, but without the constant scrubbing. Something like a 12 by 24 still adds plenty of visual interest, just way easier to live day to day. The key is choosing tiles that actually have an inherent pattern or movement in the stone itself. You get that detailed, luxurious appearance, but the pattern comes from the tile design rather than having hundreds of little pieces. And here's something cool. Larger tiles actually make small bathrooms look bigger because there's fewer visual breaks. Your eye reads the space as more continuous and expansive. The next one, instead of high gloss glass, try colored ceramic in muted tones. This is where you can add personality without going overboard. Sage green, warm beige, soft clay tones, even muted blues. These colors give your bathroom character and feel current without being too trendy. The ceramic surface is much more forgiving than glass, easier to clean, and safer underfoot. You can still get that spa-like feeling, but with materials that work with your lifestyle instead of against it. Another fantastic option is matte porcelain with anti-slip finish. This gives you that modern, sophisticated look people love about matte black, but in colors and textures that are actually practical. Anti-slip coating adds safety without compromising its look. Now, because I really want you to go get the best possible finish in your bathroom, I'm gonna be generous and share some pro-level advice that completely make or break your tile choice. Choose your grout wisely. This is a step where most people ruin what they could have been a stunning tile selection. The wrong grout color or finish can distract you from your design, while the right one makes everything seamless and high-end. Bright white grout shows every bit of dirt, soap scum, and discoloration. Jet black grout shows water spots and can make the installation imperfections way more obvious. The sweet spot is mid-tone grouts that complement your tile color. If you're using white or light tiles, try a soft gray grout. With darker tiles, consider a grout that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than your darkest tile color. This creates definition without creating high contrast lines that highlight every little flaw. But no matter what you do, it is always better to stick to classic proportions when you're choosing tiles. Rectangles, squares, and large slabs have been popular for decades and will continue to look good long after the current micro trends fade away. If a tile proportion or pattern has been popular for less than 5 years, be careful. If it's been around for decades, but is having a moment right now, that's usually a safer bet. Also think texture over trickery. Natural feeling surfaces, even if they're porcelain, made to look like stone, always feel more expensive and timeless than surfaces that are trying too hard to be different or eye-catching. The goal is to choose tiles that enhance your daily experience rather than creating maintenance headaches or visual fatigue. Your bathroom should feel like a retreat, not a chore or a showpiece that you're afraid to actually use. Picture a standard 5x8 bathroom. Instead of tiny penny rounds everywhere, use large format porcelain tiles that look like natural stone on the walls and floors. Choose a warm gray with subtle veining rather than stark white or dramatic black. Use the same tile on the floor and the walls but in different sizes. Maybe 12 by 24 on the wall and 24 by 24 on the floor. This creates a visual interest through proportion rather than through busy pattern. Add personality with your grout color, your fixtures, and your accessories rather than trying to make the tile itself be the star of the show. The result is a bathroom that feels sophisticated and easy to maintain, and it won't look outdated in 5 years. See, the expensive looking bathroom isn't about having the trendiest tiles, it's about having tiles that look intentional, well installed, and appropriate with your space. So what do you think? Do you agree or not? Drop a comment and let me know. But remember, trends come and go, but your bathroom is here for the long run. Pick tiles you'll love in 10 years, not just ones that look good on Instagram this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.